Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Technologist Forum, where I will bring you news, updates, and discussion on the latest trends in consumer and enterprise technology. I'm your host, James Hicks. Let's get into it. Oh, another day, another episode. Welcome back to the Technologist Forum. Like I said, James Hicks here, and got a couple of good things to get into with you. So, let's get some of these preliminaries out of the way. If you got a question, put a Q in the comments, and I will address those during the Q&A session. I hope everyone is doing well. What is today? August 10th, 19th birthday for my son. Shouts out to Isaiah. Man is on the clock today, working, and he's going to the gym. Man is out there doing it. So love you, son. Happy birthday, and looking forward to hanging out with you tonight at your soccer game. Hope you guys can pull out a win. Hint, hint. No. Let's go ahead and get into the first category of what we like to talk about here on the Technologist Forum. There is always news, right? There is always something going on in the world, especially as it relates to consumer and enterprise technology. So there are a couple of stories that I pulled up, and I want to get into them just a little bit here. So what is going on from a content creation space? And when you look at platforms, ecosystems, and integrations that are out there, right? There are a lot of platforms, there are a lot of places where digital content creators can share their information with their community, and making it exclusive, making it more tailored to your particular audience is a critical thing, really, in terms of being able to elevate and be above the noise. I say all that to say because what has happened here with Spotify and Patreon is an interesting twist in terms of two powerhouse organizations, two powerhouse platforms offering the ability to have exclusive content on both of their platforms. So essentially, you can connect your Patreon and your Spotify accounts together. And for those content creators, you can now have exclusive podcasts that go to your Patreon members and supporters to your Spotify feed. Apple does this already. Yeah, it's good. And so I'm not telling folks anything new on that side. Apple, you have to pay a yearly fee to be part of the podcasters program. You don't have to pay for this. But what's really interesting and what's really cool about this is Spotify does the video podcast. So it's not just the audio piece. With Spotify, you can have the video, you can have what you're looking at right now also within the feed. So you have that option, right? It's not just the audio portion, but it's also the video. So you can have all those reactions from your community. I think this is really cool. It was just released, just launched yesterday, came out. And there appears to be some pretty nice reception of this. Again, I used to use Patreon as well. A lot of creators have used Patreon for a long time because of, again, the capabilities that it gives you and its longevity. It's offering within the content creator ecosystem of tying into other platforms as well. I think one of the deterrents of Patreon has just been their payments, right? The way they actually compensate creators and how long it takes sometimes to get those compensations. So that has been kind of a negative eye on using that platform that some have voiced. I have voiced. Okay, I'm not going to put it out there on everyone else. I'm just going to say about me, right? But this may be interestingly enough for me to reactivate the Patreon and offer that as an offering to the community, because what Spotify is doing, and you'll see from another story that I have here in the segment in the show, is Spotify is doing some good things. Right? Spotify really is where what are they? Gen Y, Gen Zs, whatever the youngsters are, right? They are the ones that are listening to that younger generation and providing the capabilities and the services that they want at a pretty decent price, especially since you can get Spotify for students at a stupid low price. I think it's like $4.99 or something that my kids pay for Spotify, and they get that plus Hulu. Come on. So having a great price, having an amazing service, and having now all these integrations and having all these capabilities, it's a no-brainer and it's a win-win. So needless to say, back to this story right here, Spotify and Patreon have integrated functionality and services, and now creators can now push exclusive content from for their Patreon members to their Spotify feed. Really good stuff there. Next story I want to get into, I think the United States is the one that's behind on this. And the United States is behind in terms of utilizing the capabilities of WhatsApp. The rest of the globe already uses WhatsApp to a high degree of usage on a daily basis. And the fact that it's an encrypted ecosystem, the fact that it allows connectivity, mobile, tablet, web, desktop, all of those places, right? You've got all of that different type of connectivity, and it's cross-platform. WhatsApp really is a go-to communications platform globally, and I think now the US is starting to catch up to that and seeing that there are some of the alternatives are good, but some of the functionality and some of the pieces that WhatsApp brings to the table are really what's going to start setting it apart. I especially like it for the encryption piece, right? So that's huge. Two-factor authentication and the fact that all messages to and from are encrypted, that's a huge thing. What they've just now released and launched and talked about is bringing about screen sharing during video calls. This is big because now WhatsApp is starting to knock on the doors of Zoom, starting to knock on the doors of Google Meet, and even Apple's FaceTime, if you think about it. So think about it. You've now got WhatsApp running. You got a call going. You can flip it in landscape mode, and then actually the app now actually supports landscape video viewing and things like that. But now you can actually share the screen from, if you got like a spreadsheet or you got a document or something, or you got a PDF, whatever the case would be, you can share that information now across the different platforms to the different folks that you're communicating with. And the fact that you can have group conversations in WhatsApp really makes it a valuable option. And again, I think this is going to be, it's not necessarily something that Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Meet, and Apple's FaceTime need to be concerned about, but just again, the fact that there's now a different option to allow this type of functionality, this type of integration, I think is a really good thing. And especially, like I say, when I'm traveling, I'm primarily using WhatsApp as opposed to some of those other platforms because, again, it's encrypted from both ends, from the sender and the receiver, very lightweight, and also has the ability of being on my mobile phone, on my laptop, on my tablet, and via web interface as well. So that stuff is really cool. So check that out. I'm gonna make sure that you guys get all the links to all the things that I'm talking about. So the Spotify stuff, this WhatsApp stuff, and everything. I see my friend popping into the room, Gretchen. Good to see you, my friend. Listen, I'm all over the place today. All right, I got another stream after this one later on tonight with Keith Pelzer. So obviously I keep doing wardrobe changes too. So, but thank you for being here, my friend. Going through the news right now. Next is another story about Spotify. It's almost like I should get a deal or something with Spotify or something. I've been talking about quite a bit. So, I'm curious to know what folks are gravitating to for their music, audiobook, and podcast listening. I know I already said in the previous story the fact that probably the Gen Zers, again, I think it's the Gen Zers. I should ask my kids, whichever it is, to make sure I'm right. The youngsters of the day are using Spotify more because of the fact that it allows you so seamlessly to curate playlists, to engage with friends, to share playlists back and forth, to do all of those things, right? It's very social in nature, as opposed to Apple Music. Apple Music is more of just the vast library. Every song on the planet, you can get it from these platforms, but we're a social world. And the kids today, and even us little more seasoned folks do want to have that social engagement, that social interaction, that conversation with like-minded folks. And Spotify from day one has really taken advantage of that and really had that really built into their ecosystem. Case in point, what they're talking about now is they're adding a feature called their AI DJ. So got a curated playlist. It's playing music that meets your particular genres, meets your particular likes in terms of if you like R&B, if you like hip hop, if you like classical, if you like rock, whatever the case may be, and it'll go out and look for artists who aren't in any of your already existing playlists and find very similar music, but there's an overlay of an AI DJ talking about the track, talking about the artist, doing the DJ thing, right? So I mean, again, us old school cats, us old school folks liked when the DJ was on and telling us about the engineer and about the artist and about how the record was created and produced and things of that nature. So that's what's old is new is coming back, and that's now in Spotify in their AI DJ function. It's been launched and announced. It's already here in the US. It's been announced to be in some different countries. As you can see here, I'm not going to say them all, but you can see that it's now being launched in some different countries as of yesterday. And initial results and initial impressions seem to be good. So again, it seems like what's old is new again. It would be great if Apple did this. I don't think Apple will ever do this though. Apple has their Discovery channel that you can get, and they have their various radio stations that are run by Apple VJs or whatever the case you want to call them. But again, that curation piece, that social piece, isn't completely there and as tightly integrated in Apple as it is with Spotify. So we would love to see it. It's only on Spotify Premium though. So that's case in point. You can't just have the free version of Spotify and expect to have all of this additional functionality, the no ads and the multiple skips, the unlimited skips, and the AI DJ function. You actually have to be part of Spotify Premium to get this. But I don't know. I saw this and I really thought about, man, this is really going back to the days of old when again there was the DJ on the microphone telling you this new song is coming out, playing this song and what it's all about. And that just helped get you closer to, I think, the artist, closer to the music, and really helped also with discovery. I think if you have someone telling you about it, you get to experience a little bit more. So I'm going long-winded, but just because I'm a little nostalgic, especially as it becomes to music. So AI DJ, part of Spotify, launched out there for everyone who's got the premium version. I think we should rename seasoned folks as spicy. I love that. Well, I got a lot of season here. I got a lot of salt in the beard. So seasoned, spicy, either way works out. Yeah. So liner notes, right? You remember back in the day when you'd get an album, pull the album out, and you'd have the sheet of actually what the artist was thinking and going through as they were creating the albums or the songs. And again, that made you more of a fan to that artist and to that particular music, and wanted to share it with folks that you thought would also like it. So from a commerce perspective, from a capitalist perspective, that helped with sales, because I was telling Gretchen or I was telling some other folks that, hey, check out this artist because I like it and here's why. I did my research, and all right, there you go. I'm going long-winded because that's just what I do. Spotify is doing some things. So the AI DJ, the integration with Patreon, the fact that Spotify bought Anchor many moons ago, that's who I use for my podcast. And the fact that it's free, with Anchor being a portion of Spotify, the big elephant, Spotify, for me, no sense in paying for that functionality when I can get it free and already have all the tools that are built in. Yeah, I'm not disparaging, not talking about some of the other very cool and very worthy and very amazing podcast hosting platforms, because I've used 70% of them. And if you guys want to talk about it, You want me to give you a consulting on any of those other platforms? I'm down to do that as well. But I'm just saying, for me and my studio, my content, my information, I'm pretty good with what Spotify is doing. I may actually talk to the kids to see if I can get on their educator price. My wife's in education. I should be able to get educator price, right? Okay. I don't know. I probably shouldn't record that. Yeah, maybe, no, it's too late now. Anyway, let me go into next story here, flying through the news, because like I said, I got another stream that I got to get ready for after this. So it's a very busy day over here in these Hicks New Media streets as we continue to push content out to the audience. So you got another wardrobe change. That's the thing, right? YouTube has just announced some updates to how links are or are not shown on your channel. Did that make sense? Yeah. So for creators, for people who have YouTube channels, in your banner, let's do this. Hold, please. I'll show you. Did I type my name in right? I hope I did. Oh, okay, good. Right here at the top, right there used to be a handful of links that I would have. I would have a link to my link in bio, so to speak. I have a link to my website. I have a link to, I think, my merch store as well. So those links are no longer there. And the reason being, YouTube is trying to avert and get away from the spammers and the scammers, because they were putting in false links. They were misguiding and misdirecting consumers with various links in there. So now what they've done is consolidated everything to, you go to your about page. This is for the creator, and I'm going to show you where to make those changes in the actual studio piece. On the about page, you'll see now all of those links show up in one location. So on the about page, I've got my one link. I've got my social feeds, about me, Facebook, merchandise, things of that nature. So consolidated, it's much cleaner now, right? So instead of having links show up on your banner, on your channel banner, now it's much cleaner here. And I think it's going to be much more effective, because the only way to put these links in place is by going to your YouTube studio, going to customization, going to basic info, and then here is where you start typing in that particular information. So you get your channel URL, your custom URL, and then all of the various links that you want. So instead of it just now being, before I think it was 4 links, it was one primary and then 3 behind it. But now you can have, I don't know, do I need to add any? Let's see, how many more can you add? Oh well, I don't need to add any more. But yeah, I've got all these links in here now, and they show up nicely on the about page right there with my contact information. So I think this is actually a much cleaner implementation and going to be more effective for creators to, again, avoid the scammers, avoid the spammers, and have just more control in terms of what community members see when they go to your particular channel. So if you haven't logged into your YouTube studio yet, this started rolling out today. What's today? Thursday, August 10th. Again, my son's birthday, I should know this. This started rolling out today, and go in and make those changes, because if you're expecting to have those links at the top of your banner, then you will be disappointed when you don't see, and you'll think something is wrong. But that has actually changed as of today. There we go. What we got? I got the music playing in the back. Hold on, let's talk about that. Someone asked me the other day about music, and I got music playing in the background now. I got the fancy ticker going at the bottom. Hopefully this is resonating with the audience, and y'all see I'm putting in this work to make this even better for everyone. So continuing to evolve, continuing to iterate, continuing to get better, get 1%, well, maybe at least 10% each time. I'm kind of on a fast pace, 10% better each time to get out here and do it. So let's get into the next session, because the YouTube was actually part of the learn. So I've already done that. So we did news and the learn. So now let's get into, check it out. No, I'm not going to do another selfish plug for my merch store. As you see, this is the old logo too. Wow. Shouts out to Preston. So this is the old logo right here. But no, I'm not going to do another selfish plug for my merch store. What I am going to talk about though is a cool app that I've been using to consolidate a lot of my news. Right, we get a lot of news. As we're surfing the web, as we're doing research for stories, as we're looking at latest and greatest things that are happening across the globe and things like that, I found this app called Artifact. And yes, for my Android folks, you see it's available on it. So I'm trying to find apps that are cross-platform, because I know I got a lot of folks that are on the Android platform as well. So this is actually on iOS and on Android, and it's an AI-driven app that will go out and summarize news based on your particular likes. So you select the categories, you select the topics, you select the quantity of information that you want to get on a regular recurring basis. It'll go out there and pull all that information into a nice, concise look and feel for you, where you can scroll through, and it'll actually use AI being a big thing, right? Generative AI, to summarize what those particular articles are. And then you can actually click in and go deeper and read the full article on whatever site, the CNBC, the MSN, whatever site that it's from. So it'll give you an AI generated summary of the story. And then if you want to go deeper and read the full fully extracted information from the source, you can do that as well. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I do like it because, again, it cuts out a lot of noise, and I can say specifically that, listen, I want to hear about, content preferences. Let's go. Manage interests. I say I want to hear about tech companies, home products, health, exercise, mental wellness, men's styles, startups, electric cars, stocks, internet culture, sports. I got a couple others, but I say I want to hear about that stuff. So it goes out, curates that information, curates those stories, finds those, pulls them down into a nice, concise feed for me. And then as I'm doing the scroll, it allows me to just read that summary that's AI generated. And if I want to go deeper into a particular story, I can do that as well. So I will put a link to the site for you so you can actually get that. And again, for you Android users, we bringing you along with us. So you should like this. What's really cool about this little hidden fact, I think they get the social piece of this, and they get the fact of how to keep eyes on the app, because as you see, it was made by the co-founders of Instagram. So they know how to attract an audience. They know how to retain. They know how to instigate and initiate sharing and engagement across the platform, since they came from Instagram. So that right there is just a huge plus right there. Just again, in terms of the mindset of the way that the app is curated and created. So definitely check it out. Artifact, pretty decent reviews. I should give it a review. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a review. Anyways, Artifact, intelligent news, iOS and Android. Now, I took a picture. Let me see, any questions right there? No questions. Okay, so let me get into this. I took a picture before I went live and said there was a handful of stuff coming to the house. Well, that came to the house. I was expecting it, got my UPS notification, and I got 3 boxes from Elgato. I don't know what's in the boxes, but shouts out to Elgato. And, shouts out to my guy who, I'm not going to say his name because, it was working together on the collaboration and on the partnership. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't want folks hitting him up and say, hey, dude, how can I get down with the Elgato stuff? He knows what I'm talking about. And I see you, you see me. Thank you, brother. I'm going to do an unboxing. I don't do unboxings, so this is really weird. But I do have let's see, probably going to get demonetized for showing this blade, but I do have a good knife for doing unboxings. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. Suggestions like, James, make sure you don't cut yourself with the knife. Any of that stuff. I'm open to have that conversation with you. I know what this is because I can tell by the size. And again, I know what I asked for. I can just tell what this is. Again, thank Elgato. So. Oh, yep. There you go. What else is in there though? So y'all know this is the Stream Deck. Which one is this though? This is the medium size guy, right? This is the 15 key. So I've already got a Plus and an XL running. Now I got a regular 15. Where am I gonna put this? We'll figure it out. All right, so there's that. This one's a little bit lighter. I think I know what this one is. Hold up. Shouts out to upbeat.io. I think it's .io. That's where I'm getting my music from. Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure. I don't want to be lying to you. Yes, upbeat.io. Screen. Free music for creators. I got in on an AppSumo deal. So I have a LTD. I have a lifetime deal with Upbeat. So I paid once, never have to pay again. And I have their premium version. So I'm rocking premium. So that's what's happening right there. Unlimited downloads, 100% catalog access, whitelisted for up to 3 YouTube channels, premium tracks, sound effects, ad-free. Listen, this is what it's all about. AI playlist credits. That's new. Haven't seen that before. I can create playlists with using AI. That's dope. All right. Yeah. So I was going to mention some of the competitors. Some of the competitors out there, again, I've used a lot of the competitors out there, and they're dope too. They're great for what my needs were in terms of how I wanted to integrate sounds and music and sound effects and things like that into the show, into the streams. Upbeat.io more than anything meets my particular needs, and I was just, again, fortunate enough to be able to jump in on an AppSumo deal for lifetime. All right, next box. Oh, I knew it felt a little lighter. All right. Every creator studio needs lights, fancy lights. Illuminate on command. This is, what do we got here? Full spectrum color, direct Stream Deck integration. See, that's cool. Elgato and their Stream Decks and their lights and everything, it's just so clean the way they integrate with the Stream Deck. So that's cool. Control on your terms, slim and flexible design, superior LED technology. Let's see, 16 million colors. I'm gonna need all of them. I know my hex code, 20557B. So that's my blue that I use. It's not Tom Buck blue, it's James Hicks blue, 20557B. So where this is gonna go, probably right here. underneath the desk. I'm gonna have that kind of in my blue, very, very similar to to this keyboard right here. So stay tuned. Next week, light strip will be hooked up. Okay. There we go. Gotta make it look right. Bigger box. Oh man. This, I don't know what this is. I specifically said no key lights, none of that, because I had those and I didn't need to test or didn't want those. So if that's what's in here, it's definitely going for a giveaway for channel members. A little ASMR right there, huh, y'all? Hold on. Oh, there's multiple things in here. Strong tape. All right, what we got? Oh, wow. I got another Stream Deck Plus. Yeah, Stream Deck Plus is pretty cool. It came out too early for there to be any other integrations into it for the push dials, right? So I don't think I'm gonna need an extra one for me. So again, these are just things that are going to be given away to channel members, not subscribers, channel members. So Stream Deck Plus is now another one, which I don't need, which is going to be for you. Flo, I see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Oh, don't know how long you've been here, but you've been doing a pretty cool unboxing, and I don't do unboxings, right? Stream Deck so far, light strip, Stream Deck Plus. Running out of room. Oh, but wait, there's more. All right, so this will be the third one that I've had. Hopefully this one works. Stream Deck pedal. Okay. Why have I had three? Well, why does this make three? Because the first two have just died. Sent them both back to Elgato for return authorization. They sent a new one back, and then it kept breaking. Again, I'm an early adopter. I am very much day zero when it comes out. I'm buying it, that kind of thing, especially if it's consumer or enterprise technology, to test, evaluate, and review, that kind of thing. Hopefully in the time that the pedal has been out, there's been some code updates, some build quality updates. So this one may not be a giveaway. This one, I'm gonna use it. And okay, so I've gotten pretty good at my workflow with my other infrastructure and other pieces. If it negatively affects my workflow, then I'll put this in the giveaway as well. All right, how about that? There we go. So again, y'all need some stuff in your studio. Y'all down with the Elgato stuff? Might want to become a member of the channel. All right, what do we got here? Spare parts. Okay. Right on. So there we go. Elgato came through with some things, y'all. I got a couple of Stream Decks, some light strips, and another Stream Deck. Much appreciated. Again, I know I sound facetious, but I don't want to take it for granted. Really happy to be working with the Elgato team in terms of sharing their infrastructure and their gear for content creators. And it just makes sense. They do what they do, and they do it so well. And I'm happy to be working with them, and hopefully can bless somebody as well with this, because it's going to be extra infrastructure that I don't need. So after I go through, take all the pictures, do all the posts, talk about it a little bit more, then yeah, it will be part of a giveaway on the channel for members. Don't let it add friction to your ecosystem. I may put that on a shirt. Yeah, that may be the next shirt to come out. I'll make sure that you get a finder's fee for that particular topic right there. That's good stuff. Appreciate you on that. Um, that's it, y'all. That's all I had for today for this second episode of the Technologist Forum. Again, just trying to bring value, trying to have some fun, trying to inform, educate, and enlighten, especially as it relates and comes down to consumer and enterprise technology. I've got a couple of guests that I'm going to be bringing onto the show because I don't think if I told you guys, so the Digital Collective, which used to be my technology show, is no longer going to be an actual session. The Digital Collective is the name of the premium community that I'm building. And so there wouldn't be any confusion. Changed the scope and I changed the name of the technology show to be the Technologist Forum. So again, so there wouldn't be any confusion. There would be very little overlap. And then folks that joined the Digital Collective knew that they were getting bits and pieces of every single session that I do within the network. So the Perspectives and Focus audience, the Team No Sleep audience, the Conscious Conversations audience, all of those particular audiences can go to the Digital Collective premium community when I do launch it next week. It was supposed to have been launched on the 1st, but life happens. When I launch it next week, that's where we'll engage and have not just those one-on-one level conversations, but those more intimate 201, 301, and more specialized conversations as well. So stay tuned on that. If there are no more questions, again, I appreciate you guys jumping in. Subscribe, like, share, all the things, right, that we tell you guys to do. If you found value, though, let me know. If you did not find value in the conversation, still let me know as well so I can continue to get better. All right? Y'all be good to yourself. I'll talk to you soon. We out.